Does the image of a woman living alone conjure whispers of pity in your mind? Does society paint her existence in shades of lack, of waiting, of incompleteness? We're often fed narratives that equate solitude with sadness, independence with isolation. But what if this picture is fundamentally flawed? What if the quiet space she inhabits isn't empty, but brimming with a different kind of richness? What if the truth about women who choose to live alone is not a story of deficit, but one of profound strength, deep self-discovery, and a unique path to inner peace, illuminated by ancient wisdom? Let's challenge the narrative. Let's explore the reality beyond the assumptions, the quiet power that resides in choosing one's own company. Welcome to the Noble Wisdom Path, where we uncover the sacred truths of your journey through Buddhist wisdom. Today, we delve into the often misunderstood world of women who navigate life solo. It's a path frequently viewed through a lens clouded by societal expectations and ingrained beliefs about relationships and fulfillment. But here, drawing inspiration from the timeless insights of Zen and Buddhist philosophy, we seek to reframe this perspective. We're not just talking about living arrangements, we're exploring a state of being, a conscious choice that can lead to unparalleled personal growth and authentic happiness. This isn't about rejecting connection, but about discovering the profound completeness that can be found within oneself, before, during, or after any relationship. Join us as we explore how solitude, embraced intentionally, becomes not a void to be filled, but a sanctuary for the soul. Deconstructing the myth. Society loves neat boxes and familiar stories. The narrative often dictates that a woman's value is somehow tied to partnership, her happiness contingent on another's presence. The woman living alone often becomes an anomaly, a puzzle that makes people uncomfortable. Why isn't she searching? Why isn't she longing? Why does her contentment seem self-contained? The misunderstanding stems from a fundamental confusion, the difference between loneliness and aloneness. Loneliness is a painful craving, a sense of lack, a feeling that something vital is missing because another person isn't there. It's a hunger that looks outward for satisfaction. Aloneness, particularly when chosen or consciously embraced, is entirely different. It's simply the state of being physically apart from others. It carries no inherent judgment of lack. Instead, it offers space. Space to breathe your own air, as the original transcript beautifully put it, space to hear your own thoughts without the constant filter of others' opinions, space to cultivate an intimate relationship with your own inner world. Zen wisdom often uses nature as a teacher. Does the lone cypress standing resilient against the wind lament its solitude? Or does it draw strength from its deep roots and its unobstructed view of the sky? The woman embracing aloneness learns to draw from her own inner wellspring. She discovers that the validation she once sought externally can be generated internally. Her joy isn't dependent on being chosen, it arises from choosing herself, again and again. Buddhism speaks extensively about dukkha, often translated as suffering or unsatisfactoriness, arising from craving and attachment, *tanha*. The relentless societal pressure to find a partner can be seen as a form of collective attachment, a belief that happiness must come through a specific relational structure. The woman living contentedly alone gently challenges this attachment. She demonstrates that fulfillment isn't a destination reached only via partnership. It's a state cultivated within. She isn't necessarily anti-relationship, she's simply pro-self. She understands that planting her tree in her own garden, as the original text suggested, allows her roots to grow deep and strong, unshaken by external storms or changing seasons. This self-reliance isn't a cold fortress, it's a warm hearth built from self-knowledge and acceptance. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you can navigate life's challenges, celebrate its joys, and find meaning, whether someone is walking beside you or not. This realization breaks the myths. It dismantles the illusion that a woman's worth is measured by her relationship status. She isn't waiting for a rescuer, she's the architect of her own life. Her smile doesn't require an audience, it radiates from an inner source. She becomes, as Zen might say, like the lotus flower rising pristine from the muddy water. Her beauty and strength are inherent, not conferred. This understanding doesn't come overnight. It's often a journey through societal conditioning, personal doubts, and perhaps even periods of genuine loneliness. But emerging on the other side is the profound discovery of aloneness as a space of power, peace, and potential. The inner sanctuary. So, how does one cultivate this inner state where aloneness transforms from a potential source of fear into a sanctuary? Buddhist philosophy offers profound tools, moving beyond simply coping with solitude to actively thriving within it. One crucial, yet often less discussed, aspect of this is the cultivation of upekkha, or equanimity. Upekkha is one of the four immeasurables, or Brahmaviharas, alongside loving-kindness, *metta*, compassion, *karuna*, and sympathetic joy, *mudita*. It's often misunderstood as indifference or detachment, but it's far more nuanced and active than that. Upekkha is the capacity to maintain inner balance and stability amidst the ever-changing tides of life, the pleasant and unpleasant, gain and loss, praise and blame, fame and disrepute. It's the wisdom to see things as they are, without being swept away by reactive emotions of craving or aversion. For a woman living alone, upekkha becomes an invaluable ally. It allows her to meet moments of potential loneliness not with panic, but with calm observation. It helps her navigate the well-meaning but often intrusive questions or judgments from others without internalizing them or becoming defensive. It's the understanding that external circumstances, including relationship status, are impermanent and don't define her core worth or capacity for happiness. Upekkha fosters a non-attached presence, allowing her to appreciate connection when it arises, but not crumble when it's absent. It's the steady heart that knows its own center. This resonates deeply with the wisdom of Stoic philosophy as well. The Roman philosopher Seneca wisely stated, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This speaks directly to the freedom found in aloneness when embraced with equanimity. By focusing on cultivating peace and fulfillment in the present moment, within her own being, the woman living alone frees herself from the anxiety of needing a specific future outcome, like finding a partner, to feel complete. Her happiness isn't held hostage by external variables. This doesn't mean she lacks desires or plans, but her fundamental sense of well-being isn't contingent upon them. She learns to savor the simple, quiet joys that often get overlooked in the noise of coupled life or the frantic search for connection. The first sip of morning coffee in silence, the absorption in a creative project, the pleasure of reading uninterrupted, the quiet satisfaction of managing her own affairs, these become moments of profound contentment, not consolation prizes. Zen emphasizes finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. The practice of upekkha helps illuminate these moments. It's the ability to be fully present with the warmth of the tea, the texture of the page, the pattern of sunlight on the floor, without needing them to be anything other than what they are, and without needing someone else there to validate the experience. This isn't about shutting out the world, it's about fully inhabiting your own inner world first. It's building a sanctuary within, a place of refuge and strength that is always accessible, regardless of external circumstances. This inner sanctuary, fortified by equanimity and self-awareness, becomes the foundation upon which a truly independent and fulfilling life can be built. It's the source of the quiet, unshakable strength that the original transcript alluded to, a strength born not of defiance, but of deep inner alignment and peace. It allows her to engage with the world, with relationships, from a place of fullness, not emptiness. She doesn't seek a partner to complete her, she seeks connection that complements her already whole self. This is the profound shift in perspective that Zen and Buddhist wisdom offer. The journey within. This journey towards embracing aloneness as a sanctuary isn't always linear or easy. It often involves confronting deep-seated fears and societal conditioning. Let me share a story, inspired by the experiences of many. Let's call her Sarah. Sarah was a talented graphic designer living in a bustling city. For years, her life revolved around her long-term relationship. When it ended unexpectedly, the silence in her once shared apartment felt deafening, almost hostile. Nights were the hardest, filled with a gnawing loneliness and the echo of societal whispers. "What's wrong with you? Why are you alone?" She felt adrift, her sense of self seemingly fractured without the mirror of her partner. Initially, she tried to fill the void, frantic socializing, endless scrolling, dating apps, anything to avoid the quiet. But it only left her feeling more depleted. One rainy Sunday afternoon, overwhelmed, she simply sat by her large window overlooking the city street. She didn't try to meditate formally, just watched the raindrops chase each other down the glass, observed the hurried figures under umbrellas below. She noticed the resilience of a small weed pushing through a crack in the pavement, stubbornly reaching for the light. Without planning it, she started doing this every morning, just 10 minutes of quiet observation, letting thoughts and feelings come and go without judgment, much like the passing cars. Slowly, something shifted. The silence began to feel less like an enemy and more like a space. A space where she could hear her own thoughts, untangle her feelings. She started noticing details she'd missed before, the way the light changed throughout the day, the intricate patterns in wood grain, the taste of her tea. This quiet observation sparked something else, her dormant creativity. She pulled out her old sketchbook, something she hadn't touched in years. Ideas began to flow, inspired not by client briefs, but by her own inner landscape, by the quiet resilience she was witnessing both outside her window and within herself. She started a personal project, a series of illustrations about finding beauty in overlooked urban details. It absorbed her, filled her evenings with purpose rather than dread. She realized the validation she craved wasn't going to come from another person, but from honoring her own creative voice, her own inner truth. Sarah's story isn't about rejecting relationships forever. It's about discovering that the foundation of her well-being wasn't external, but internal. The solitude she initially feared became the crucible where she reforged her sense of self, stronger and more authentic. What Sarah experienced intuitively aligns with what modern neuroscience is beginning to understand about mindfulness and the brain. Practices like Sarah's quiet observation, often cultivated more easily in solitude, literally reshape our neural pathways. Research shows that consistent mindfulness practice can strengthen the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive center responsible for emotional regulation, focus, and self-awareness. It helps us become less reactive to stressful thoughts or external triggers, like the fear of judgment or the pang of loneliness. Simultaneously, it can calm the amygdala, the brain's fear center, reducing feelings of anxiety and threat. It's like upgrading the brain's operating system to handle life's inevitable ups and downs with greater balance and clarity. So, when a woman chooses solitude and cultivates mindfulness within it, she's not just engaging in a philosophical ideal, she's actively training her brain for resilience and inner peace. She's building the neural architecture for a happiness that is less dependent on the whims of external circumstances. This inner work is the source of the quiet strength that others might observe but not fully comprehend. It's the ability to face challenges, a difficult day at work, a health scare, financial worries, even the occasional wave of genuine loneliness, not by seeking immediate external rescue, but by accessing inner resources. It's the wisdom to know that feelings, like weather, pass. It's the self-compassion to be kind to oneself during difficult moments. It's the confidence born from navigating previous storms and knowing you have the capacity to endure and even grow through adversity. This journey within, this cultivation of inner resilience, is perhaps the most profound truth about women who thrive in their chosen solitude. They are not simply alone, they are deeply connected, to themselves, to their inner strength, and to a wellspring of peace that the outer world cannot easily disturb. This is a testament to the power accessible to anyone willing to turn inward, a core teaching echoed across Zen, Buddhism, and increasingly, modern science. It's the path the Noble Wisdom Path encourages us all to explore. Cultivating peace in practice. Understanding these concepts intellectually is one thing, embodying them in daily life is the real journey. How can we actively cultivate this inner sanctuary, this resilient peace, especially when societal noise or inner doubts arise? The beauty of Zen and Buddhist wisdom lies in its practicality. It offers tangible tools, not just abstract ideas. Let's explore a simple yet powerful practice you can integrate into your life, whether you live alone or not, the 5-minute sacred space meditation. Think of it as creating a mini retreat for your mind, a deliberate pause to reconnect with your center amidst the busyness. You don't need special equipment or hours of time. Just 5 minutes, and a willingness to be present. First, find a quiet spot where you can sit comfortably without interruption. It could be a chair, a cushion on the floor, even a park bench. Let your body settle. You can gently close your eyes, or if that feels uncomfortable, simply lower your gaze softly towards the floor. Now, for the first minute, simply bring your awareness to your breath. Don't try to change it or control it. Just notice the natural rhythm, the sensation of air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs, and gently releasing. Feel the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. Let the breath be your anchor to the present moment. For the next 3 minutes, allow your awareness to expand gently. Notice any thoughts, feelings, or physical sensations that arise. The key here is non-judgmental awareness. If a worry pops up, just acknowledge it mentally, worry, without getting caught up in the story. If you feel restless, notice the restlessness. If you hear a sound, just hear it. Treat whatever arises like clouds passing in the sky or sounds drifting by. You are the observer, the calm awareness beneath the surface activity. If your mind wanders off 100 times, gently guide it back 100 times, without frustration. The practice is the returning. In the final minute, gently broaden your awareness to include the feeling of your body sitting, the space around you. Offer yourself a silent moment of gratitude, perhaps for this pause, for your breath, for your willingness to show up for yourself. Then, slowly open your eyes, bringing this sense of centeredness with you as you re-engage with your day. This simple 5-minute practice, done regularly, can make a profound difference. It trains your mind to find stillness amidst noise. It builds the muscle of self-awareness, helping you recognize reactive patterns before they take over. It reminds you that peace isn't something to be found out there, but something to be cultivated in here. For a woman living alone, practices like this become essential tools for navigating moments of doubt or external pressure. They reinforce the inner sanctuary, proving that she holds the key to her own peace and contentment, moment by moment, breath by breath. So, the truth about women who live alone, when viewed through the lens of Zen and Buddhist wisdom, is far richer and more empowering than common narratives suggest. It's not a story of lack, but of potential. It's not about isolation, but about intentional connection, first and foremost, with oneself. By embracing solitude, cultivating equanimity, upekkha, practicing mindfulness, and building an inner sanctuary, they demonstrate a path to a resilient and authentic happiness that arises from within. They become living proof that completeness isn't dependent on partnership, that strength often resides in quiet endurance, and that freedom is born from self-understanding. Their journey reminds us all, regardless of our circumstances, of the profound power available when we dare to turn inward, to meet ourselves with honesty and compassion. They embody the timeless invitation to find the truth right where we stand. This is the wisdom shared here on the Noble Wisdom Path. Has this exploration resonated with your own journey? We invite you to join the Noble Wisdom Path community of mindful seekers. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future explorations into Buddhist wisdom for modern life. More importantly, consider trying the 5-minute sacred space meditation this week. Share your reflections or experiences with solitude and inner peace in the comments below. Your insights enrich us all. Thank you for walking this path with us today.